Okay, so we wanted to add a third image. So we can go to our website again. This is doing the same thing we already did, but just right click on the image and save image as, save it, and then go back to your back end. We want to add another one of these, upload. I think this is fine. The image is too big, really. Usually you want to make sure that you don't have too many large images that are like huge file sizes, because it'll slow down any website. You want to make sure that your images are usually around 50 kilobytes. You don't want to have like 1 megabyte or 2 megabyte, because that's just a no for any kind of web design you may do in the future. So, keep an eye on those numbers. And I mean, maybe that doesn't make sense now, but as you keep putting more and more, you want to make sure that you have small file sizes. But the smaller the file size, the blurrier the image could look. So you don't want to go to like 10 kilobytes or something, because then it'll look really pixelated. So usually around 50 kilobytes will look reasonable. And those numbers you can see in, like if we were to, like this is a super small image. So if I save this, so here we can see the first one we pulled in, that's 5,500 kilobytes. That's way too large. That'll slow down your websites. See this one here, 60 kilobytes. This is a much better number that you want to be shooting for. 40, 50, 60, especially for those small photos. Okay, so I think I saved that there. I'm not sure. I'm going to save again. Go back here. Okay, actually I changed the color here. Let me show you how I did that. Let me just go to the main page. And there's the 3 images. Okay, so we're going to go to the back end. So here we are in in the theme. There's general homepage, colors, which I briefly went over, and then code. So for code, I put in this, and you have to pause it and just write this exactly if you want to change whatever this banner color is going to be. Here mine is orange, orange. So what you're going to end up doing is, let's say you really like this blue color, or let's say you really like any color. Let's do a horrible color design, red and green, right? So use your color picker again, find out what color this is, copy it, okay, copy it, close that. And then we'll come to our back end, and then you have this dot, bg/darker, comma, dot bg, /dark, curly brackets, and then the next one, color, colon, black, exclamation, important, semicolon. Then the next one is background, colon, pound, and then here's our number. We want to change this number here. Paste. That's the new color that I just got. Save that. Okay, so then let's go back to our website. So right now it's this like blue. So I changed it to green, more of a green and red. Here's green. And here's pink that we got from our colors. So maybe pink doesn't really fly, will look well. So that's saved. Now it's getting a little bit more festive. Not the best color match, and maybe I'll cover a little bit of that, but you can Google like best colors designs and go to a website you really like the color scheme, if it's super famous or whatever. Copy there, because they spend thousands of dollars doing seeing what works, and find good color combinations and put them into your website. That way it'll look more professional. And just use a color picker, and get that number. And just that's the only coding I'm going to go, the CSS coding I'm going to go into, because you can do some a little bit more advanced stuff, but really this platform doesn't really need it. So okay, let's make sure we're set up properly here. So if we go to theme, let's see, customize our Launchpad. Just want to make sure we're all on the same page here. So under the general tab, we want, actually let's go into settings, because see, we don't have our phone number here, so we want to input that. So under settings, go to settings, general settings. You have the name of your store, you put your email where you want people to, if you put in your email, they'll be able to send you an email, ask you about things. You put a number here. Here you have your refund policy information in terms of service. So this is super important. You got to have this stuff, because it's just legally, it'll keep you safe, and people need to know what your refund policy is. The nice thing about the Launchcart is you can generate your own automatically. So let's say I don't know what a refund policy should be. Here's a good generic one. Just click that button there, and you can read through this and make any changes. Usually, 30-day return and all that kind of stuff. So that's good. You can read through that. Again, click here, has your privacy policy. You don't have to change here store domain. There's a script in there that will grab your store name and pop it in there when the viewer sees it. So don't change anything underneath there. Your terms of service, your shipping, look at that, make sure that that makes sense to you. Make sure that Printify is doing these numbers. I find that they take around 8 days, so has a lot of information there. And put an image in here, so when you start sharing your website, that image, put your logo in here. That would work really nice. This allows you to kind of turn off your store, like you were going to a website and it says under construction. Well, if you click it on, it's going to say under construction or something like that. You can put in what it says, like under construction in here, or we'll be back in, in 2 weeks, or here's a coupon code when we come back. Whatever you think that's, but usually you want this off because you want your store to show. Here, if you start making digital downloads, which I may or may not cover, but that's a good way to make a little extra money, especially when you do bumps. When someone buys something, is it just shows like a $1 digital download extra, that can add up a lot too. And then make sure you save it. Homepage SEO, you probably want to put in your description like Christmas shirts. I mean, we can go very deep into SEO, but this is not the place for that. And then you can say, looking for special shirt, Christmas. I mean, don't copy this, it's horrible. But, something like that. It should be very short, it doesn't be too long. So this is what's going to come up when people Google, they'll see that. So they'll say, oh, okay, Christmas shirts, women's Christmas shirts, or funny Christmas shirts, whatever your niche is going to be. Go and then save it here, and then that'll be done there. Okay, if we go back, off settings and appearance, theme editor, customize. So yeah, just make sure you want to turn, like if you have a number, you can turn it on here. We have our footer, the information we want. We want to do display subscription form. This is nice because people can then be added to your list of people, and then you can throughout the year email them and say, hey, we have a sale. So this is how we capture automatically people's emails if they I mean, we've all kind of done this, so I'm sure you understand that. Save that, and then homepage. We want this on. We went through this on. The benefit icon, so that everything's good there. And then next, I want to kind of go over the colors because our colors look pretty rough. So I'm going to quickly demo something you can do to fix that a little bit. Looking at our website here now, after turning those things on, here is the that email thing I was talking about. So if someone decides to put in their email in there, subscribe, they'll subscribe to a list, and you can capture that, and then throughout the year you can send them more information on sales and things like that. These are the 3 categories that we created early on. It was Halloween shirts. We're looking at the kids Halloween. There's mugs. I haven't put anything in mugs, but so that's kind of where these selections come from, and I'll show you that right now. But up here we only have shop. So maybe what we want to do. So under products, under categories, I'll show you. Those are the Halloween shirts. That's what we saw on the screen left in the mugs. But we want to go into appearance and menu because we only had that one shop, which is this one here. So you can create here and say, let's say Halloween. I only create one, but so you can see my point, Halloween shirts. And we're gonna set it with the category. And the category was the one we created, Halloween shirt. So now it connects this text, Halloween shirt, to this. Submit. Okay, so that should be saved now. So if I go, and then you can adjust anything, you can adjust, even the categories. If you what do you want to show first, go back here, and if I refresh, it should show us the Halloween shirt. Okay, so whatever is edited in there under the products with that little pen symbol, that will show up here. Okay, when we look at the colors, they look pretty bad. So let me see if I can quickly show you something here. If you Google Adobe Color Picker, aside from looking at other websites that they have really strong branding and you want to copy them, probably don't use too many colors, but you can kind of look through this here. Let's say you want to do 3 colors. So this what this does, it kind of proportions the colors and how people prefer to see colors. So let's say that we really like this color here. So I don't know what color that is, so I'm using my color picker, and then I'm grabbing that number code and come in here, maybe change it. So change it here. Control paste here. So now it's telling me that this is a good, good colors to use with this main color, right? So let's say I like this blue. So then I copy that color, Control C. I can come back in here, go to my theme editor. And let's say I want to change the buttons. And I can use this, I can just paste it in here. Save that. Okay. And now I want to change, let's see, let me get this other color. Let's say I really like, we have that red. Let's say I really like this darker blue. Copy that, Control C. And then remember our code here, that's going to be our footer and all that stuff. Paste that, save that. Okay. Now you have to play with it to see what works for you, obviously. So this screen should change and the color of these icons should change. I think blue on blue is not going to look right, but this is just to give you an idea of how to get a reasonable color matching and just to look kind of good. You can kind of look at all these and see what you can change the slider to see, like, or put the exact number that you're using.